The transmission crackled through the void, its signal weakening as it traveled across the vast expanse between star systems. Admiral Zethkar of the Hegemony Fleet leaned forward in his command chair, his 6 eyes narrowing as he listened to the final words from the dying world behind them. This is Commander Sarah Chen of Earth Defense Command, broadcasting on all frequencies. If anyone receives this message, know that humanity tried. We extended our hand in peace, offered our knowledge, our culture, our friendship. The galactic hegemony responded with plasma fire and orbital bombardment. The Admiral's mandibles clicked in satisfaction. The humans had been annoyingly persistent with their peace offerings, their cultural exchanges, their naive attempts at diplomacy. The hegemony had entertained their foolishness for exactly 37 standard cycles, before deciding that their system's resources were too valuable to leave in the hands of such a primitive species. "We are the last ship leaving Earth's orbit," the transmission continued, static beginning to overwhelm the human's voice. "Our home burns behind us. 3 billion souls lost in your unprovoked attack. But if this is how you respond to peace, you'll regret this war." Admiral Zethkar's laughter rumbled through the bridge. His tactical officer, Subcommander Vrex, looked up from his console with confusion written across his scaled features. "Admiral, should we pursue the fleeing vessel? Our sensors indicate it's a small transport, perhaps 50 humans at most." "No," Zethkar waved a dismissive appendage. "Let them run. What harm could 50 primitive apes possibly do to the might of the hegemony?" The transmission had cut to static, but those final words echoed in the ship's communication bay. "You'll regret this war." 3 months later, the first hegemony patrol went missing near the Proxima system. Then another. Then an entire battle group vanished without sending so much as a distress signal. The Admiral found himself summoned before the High Command, their bioluminescent forms pulsing with agitation in the council chamber. "Explain these losses," demanded the High Counselor, her voice carrying the harmonic undertones that indicated extreme displeasure. "Our forces are vanishing across 7 sectors." Admiral Zethkar's confidence had begun to waver, but he maintained his composure. "Likely equipment malfunctions, Counselor. The humans were destroyed. Their pathetic fleet couldn't have—" "Show him," the Counselor interrupted, gesturing to her aide. The holographic display materialized in the center of the chamber, showing grainy footage from a patrol ship's final moments. The image was chaotic, filled with weapons fire and hull breaches, but there, painted on the hull of an attacking vessel, was an insignia that made Zethkar's blood run cold. A blue and green sphere with a single phrase in the human's primitive script. "Remember Earth." This footage was recovered from a ship that managed to eject its data core before destruction, the aide explained. "Analysis indicates the attacking vessels are using advanced guerrilla tactics, hit-and-run strategies, and weapons that appear to be improvised." "Improvised?" Zethkar's voice cracked. The Counselor leaned forward. "The humans took our discarded equipment, Admiral, salvage from our own victories. They've somehow weaponized our garbage into tools of war. Mining charges have become ship killers. Industrial fabricators have been converted into weapons platforms. They're not fighting like a military force, they're fighting like scavengers." More reports flooded in over the following weeks. Human raiders had somehow infiltrated 3 separate hegemony colonies, not to destroy them but to steal everything. Technology, weapons, even food synthesizers. They moved like ghosts through space, never staying in one system long enough to be cornered, never engaging in direct battle when they could avoid it. But it was the psychological warfare that truly began to unnerve the hegemony forces. Hijacked communications arrays would suddenly broadcast images of Earth's burning surface, followed by those same words. "If this is how you respond to peace, you'll regret this war." Supply convoys would find their cargo containers emptied and replaced with recordings of human children singing before the bombardment began. Admiral Zethkar found himself pacing his quarters, sleep eluding him as reports continued to arrive. The humans weren't just stealing equipment. They were learning from it, improving upon it, turning the hegemony's own technological superiority against them. Every captured ship yielded new intelligence, new capabilities. The final blow came 6 months after Earth's destruction. Zethkar was reviewing patrol routes when his communications officer burst into his ready room. "Admiral, emergency transmission from the core worlds." The message was brief but devastating. The human refugees had somehow infiltrated the hegemony's primary industrial complex. Not to destroy it, that would have been expected, even honorable. Instead, they had uploaded a virus that turned every fabrication facility in the system against itself. Ships were being constructed with fatal flaws, weapons designed to explode in their users' hands, life support systems programmed to fail after exactly 37 cycles, the same amount of time the hegemony had pretended to consider humanity's peace offerings. They're not trying to win battles, Zethkar realized aloud, his voice hollow. They're trying to turn our entire civilization into their weapon. As if summoned by his revelation, his personal communicator crackled to life. The voice that emerged was unmistakably human, unmistakably the same Commander Chen who had delivered that final transmission from dying Earth. "Admiral Zethkar," she said, her tone calm and measured. "I hope you remember me. I'm the one who warned you about this war. We offered you peace, knowledge, friendship. You chose genocide instead. So now we offer you something else." The Admiral's mandibles trembled. "What? What do you want?" "Nothing you can give us anymore. Our home is gone. Our people are scattered. But we learned something about ourselves in these months since Earth died. We learned that humanity doesn't need a home world to survive. We just need a purpose. And you've given us a very clear purpose, Admiral." The transmission paused, filled only with the sound of Zethkar's labored breathing. "Every ship you build will sabotage. Every colony you establish will infiltrate. Every generation of your children will grow up knowing that somewhere in the darkness between stars, the humans are coming. We are 50 now, Admiral, but in 10 years we'll be 500. In a century, 5,000. We'll grow by adoption, by rescue, by simply outlasting you." The Admiral slumped in his chair, finally understanding the true meaning of those final words from Earth. "This is humanity's gift to you, Admiral. You wanted war instead of peace. Congratulations. You'll have war forever." The transmission ended, leaving Zethkar alone with the weight of his civilization's greatest mistake, teaching humanity that sometimes the only response to genocide is to become something the genociders could never stop.